People, welcome to Vibe Fashion's YouTube channel. Today we're going to learn something new. My name is Eunice. Okay, so I have my armhole Princess Lucia cut out already. As you can see, this is my centerpiece. So I went ahead to cut out this part. Okay, so let me show us what I did. This is what it looks or what it was looking like. You can see. So I came down by from the neckline. I have a neck depth and a neck width of 3 inches. So from that neck depth, I came down by 4.5. So and then I went ahead to connect it to this part, which I came down by just 2 inches. So I connected it. Can you see this part here? It doesn't have the regular sweetheart sharp shape. It has an edged base. That's a flat base. Okay. So let me open it up. So I cut it out. So what I went ahead to do, I want to be replacing it with my lace fabric. So I went ahead to cut out my lace fabric. So you can see that my lace fabric has my sewing allowance. So can you see that I have my sewing allowance? I added a sewing allowance of 3/4 of an inch, not up to 1 inch. This is because I'll be sewing from here, so it will replace back everything I have lost. So if I have 3/4 of an inch, I'm going to be sewing on a little more than 1/4 inch, not up to 1/2 inch. So I'm going to be sewing on this part to replace it back so that I can get this exact length that I have. Okay, so since I cut directly on the fabric, because if I had drafted it in pattern paper, I would have added 1/2 inch here and 1/2 inch to this one. But because I didn't do that, that's why I went ahead to add 3/4 of an inch here. This is because this lace I'm using is stretchy, so I don't need up to 1 inch. Okay, so I'm going to be showing us how to join this together to have this edged shape here. Okay, it's like a sweetheart but with an edged shape. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to top stitch my lace first, and then I'll show us how to sew it. After top stitching my lace, so this is what I'll be doing. I'll go ahead to pin it from this side. I want to do this from this side. So can you see? So can you see that I have like 1/2 of an inch coming down here? So I'm just going to do this now. Remember that I added 3/4 of an inch. So I'm just going to do this. So this is what I have now. So I'm going to come here now and mark. So I'll come down here. This is where my starting line is. Okay, so this is where my starting line is here. So I'm going to just mark diagonally 1/2 inch diagonally this way. I'll also mark this way. Okay, so now you want to just use your tape to confirm if it is 1/2 inch. This is 1/2 inch, and then this is also 1/2 inch. Then I'll get my scissors and notch these points. So this is me going ahead to notch and notch it. So you can see I've cut through my 1/2 inch. I'm also going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to cut also through to my 1/2 inch. Okay, so this is what I have. So now I'll go ahead and sew this. I'm going to sew my lace and stop here. So I can see the extra 1/2 inch, or not up to 1/2 inch. Remember I added 3/4 of an inch. So this is just, maybe let's call it 1/4 inch and a bar. So I'm going to sew from this side now. You want to take off your pins gently. So I've done that. So can you see where my stitch stops? It stops exactly on the notched part. So I'm going to repeat the same thing on the other side. Then I'll show us what to do. Okay, So can you see I've sewn the two? So can you see this part is just out here? So let's see what it looks like in front. So now the next thing to do, remember I notched. So can you see what I have here? I have this part sitting and waiting to be sewn. So you want to just hold your lace fabric and then this part, then you go ahead and sew from this notched part, that's from this stitch to the other stitch. That's what I'll be doing. So can you see what we have? This is without ironing. So you just want to press it so that everything sits relaxed. So can you see that I have my sweetheart shape, but without the sharp shape, it's an edged neckline. So can you see what it looks like? So I hope this tutorial was helpful. If it was, please give me a thumbs up, like this video, share it with your friends, and do not forget to subscribe and put on the notification bell so that I get notified whenever I post a new video. Thank you. I remain your girl. My name is Eunice. Bye.